welcome back to another SmackDown review, and we are here in Barcelona. No, not Barcelona. I don't know how to say it. Hold on. Let me just quick. Okay. Bologna. Yeah, Bologna, Italy. I hope I said that right. But before we get into this video, drop a big thumbs up down below, hit the subscribe button, because I want to reach 500 subscribers like I said before the end of 2025 or WrestleMania 41, which is a month away, so I don't think that's possible. But never say never. Anyway, let's talk about this what's it called? Italian crowd. Now this Italian crowd cooked loud, amped, and made every segment 10 times better from what we saw tonight. Of course, Randy Orton had to come out first like he did last week, and the crowd sang, they sang for days, hours, months, years. They literally sang for eternity. And then, of course, Randy did the, T-Rex pose. And before he got to say anything, Kevin Owens' music hit, and and he said, "I feel sorry if you chose Cody, and I got a little confused, and Kevin Owens just basically saying sorry that he got confused with his anger and stuff, and that you used to be a terrible person, but now you changed for the better." And then Randy said, "You know what, Kevin? I'm glad you dropped me on my head. I'm glad you pile drive me into the mat, because all the voices in my head are saying that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and that's what's gonna happen." And basically, they just are talking up to a match at Mania, which they say, "How about this, Kevin? Me, you, WrestleMania 41." And it was confirmed that it will be Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 41 for nothing. Hold on. Oh, okay. Hold on. Just had to do something right quick. Okay. Anyway, Damian Priest got ready for his match against Shinsuke Nakamura and Drew McIntyre with Jey Uso in his corner. Why are these so big? Hold on. Huh. Anyway, Shinsuke did some offense to Jimmy by slamming him to the announcer's table, kicking him. Of course, Damian Priest got in the ring and started picking Shinsuke and slamming him down to the mat. Then Shinsuke did this cool kick to the sides kick. But of course, what a surprise! Out of nowhere, Damian Priest hit the South of Heaven and 1, 2, 3 wins the match for his team. But of course, Drew McIntyre attacks him, holds him in the face, and then Claymore kicks him again. And yeah, basically just beats him up. Claymore kicks him, and making sure Damian Priest is not ready for WrestleMania, which next week they're in London. So I'm just going to assume here that they're going to announce that it will be Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest, WrestleMania 41 next week. Because even though they got next week, but even though they have time for WrestleMania from now is 4 weeks away. So I think they should just announce it next week to build the feud up a little bit more instead of waiting this long. Okay. Anyway, LA Knight was talking to Braun Strowman, and basically Braun Strowman said that this Jacob Fatu versus himself match, the winner of the match will get a number 1 contender shot for the United States Championship next week in London, England. Which Braun Strowman basically said, if I win that title, that's my 1 ticket to WrestleMania 41. And for some reason, I have a feeling that it's somehow going to be a big triple, like a big man match, with LA Knight defending the championship at WrestleMania 41, and Braun Strowman is in that match as well, because I feel like he's going to be in Mania, just for some reason. I think that. Anyway, they did the Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton interview, and honestly, they should have just done this. And honestly, I feel like it wasn't that good, honestly. Just them going back and forth, and basically Tiffany roasting Charlotte, Charlotte roasting Tiffany, and basically saying, Charlotte basically saying, you're not the hottest in the WWE, you're not even the hottest on SmackDown, so why do you think you in the whole company the hottest? And no, that's not what I meant by that. You know what I mean. And then Tiffany basically said, nobody bows down to you no more. Everybody in the arena, in the WWE Universe, says it's Tiffy time. So, yeah. Anyway, it was Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu. Pretty good and solid match. Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu going ham like always. And then, of course, the interference comes in. Then, of course, Solo comes out of nowhere, hits a Samoan spike on Braun Strowman. But LA Knight comes out, hits a yeah punches. But then Tama Tonga attacks LA Knight. But LA Knight fights back and starts attacking him. Anyway, and basically, they were staying tall. But was announced that it was a DQ. Braun Strowman won the match and will be facing LA Knight next week in London. Anyway, Piper Niven had a match against Zelina Vega. But before we get into that, Jacob was mad at Tama and Solo for costing him his match at LA Knight for the United States Championship. Basically saying, how could you do that, man? How could you? And he was pretty mad. He was pretty mad at a point where he literally said, you cost me a championship. And Solo said, bro, we're just trying to help, man. We're just trying to help. And he said, trying to help? I don't need help. And yeah, I do have a feeling Solo and Jacob might face off at Mania. Oh, how things are going. If not Mania, probably Backlash. Or something like that. Maybe Saturday Night's main event, even though it's late May. So, yeah. Anyway, Zelina Vega came out, and Piper Niven and Zelina Vega had a pretty solid match, doing some crazy stuff. Obviously, we got Elbow Fire and Chelsea Green hyping up from the side. Obviously, Zelina Vega getting bodied by Piper, because Piper using her power, and Zelina is trying to use her craftiness to get out. And then she put this submission on. Didn't really work out. Then she did the meteor whirl from the top rope. And then a 619 out of nowhere. But that didn't work out because after a running crossbody, Piper Niven pinned Zelina Vega to win the match. Which I guess they're trying to build up Piper Niven for something with their plans for her. But at least good for Zelina and Piper. Anyway, it was confirmed Randy Orton will be taking on Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 41 for absolute nothing. Anyway, Jade Cargill had her first singles match since August of 2024 is what the commentators said. So I don't know how true that is, but that's crazy against Liv Morgan, who obviously has the thing from last week. But Liv Morgan was kind of getting bodied by Jade Cargill. Evan was trying to run away, but Jade Cargill literally caught her and just threw her back in the ring, hit her a spine buster, and then of course Liv Morgan ended up using her sneakiness and craftiness to put on a sleeper hold on Jade Cargill, and didn't really end well because she got hit with a thing and then got hit with a spine buster. But Naomi got involved, hit Jay with the championship after Raquel was distracting the referee. She got knocked down, got hit with the Oblivion. 1, 2, 3. Jade Cargill loses the match, and then Naomi comes in the ring, starts beating her up, hits the finisher thing, and basically was just mocking her. And she was wearing like a black attire with caution tape around her body. So, yeah. Anyway, Drew McIntyre got an interview with Kathy Kelly and basically saying that he can't wait to basically put more damage to Damian Priest and runs into Seth Rollins, which, yeah. Anyway, the Street Profits come out and celebrate their WWE Tag Team Championship win after 4 long years of waiting for this moment. And basically said, and Liv and Montez said, me and Angelo didn't even think we could get to this moment. So I'm glad we're tag team champions once again, and they were just happy and celebrating. But it ended up turning into a match with Los Garza, which ended up being a phenomenal match as always, because these two tag teams are phenomenal. And even when they did their thing where they usually go on the top rope and do this, Montez Ford jumped out of it, did a superplex to Berto, and then hits a from the heavens to believe that's Garza, and puts him out to sleep. So good for the Street Profits for winning the Tag Team Championships and, of course, winning a match. Anyway, Pretty Deadly and DIY talking to each other. Honestly, wasn't paying attention in here. But it's time for the main event segment where Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns comes out. And of course, Roman Reigns does the same old stick he always does. Bologna! Acknowledge your trouble, chief. Then he started talking about the Rumble, how CM Punk cost him, and Seth Rollins, and blah, blah, blah. And he said, and basically how Seth Rollins, what he did at the Garden was valid because he attacked Seth Rollins because Seth Rollins attacked him, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff. And then, of course, Roman flipping Reigns did say whoever wants to come out can come out. And Grimace Man came out and basically said, Roman, it's clear. It is clear that we can't be in the same company at the same time. We can't share a spotlight. We have to finish this. And it's always been about me and you. It's always about Ben, me, and you. And then, as soon as Seth was about to take the jacket off, Cult of Personality hits CM Punk comes and he grabs the microphone, stands on the top rope, and he says, No, you two cannot beat me without the other person's help. And Paul, I have a favor, and you still owe me that favor, Paul. And then he started talking about the favor, and he said, Paul, thank you for serving your tribal chief on a silver platter to me. And then Roman said, look, Paul, and didn't end it well because CM Punk jumped Roman and Paul Heyman immediately left the ring because he didn't want to be in this drama. And then Seth said, "No, why not? I'll attack you." Attacks Punk. Roman attacks Seth. They all just wanted to fight each other. And then Punk, when the announce table, said, "Me, you," pointing at the WrestleMania sign. And then they started brawling once again after Seth Rollins died from the outside. And now Roman Reigns just started to grab steel steps and smash. CM Punk and Seth Rollins with them, and then he pointed to the WrestleMania sign, and so did Seth Rollins pointed at the WrestleMania sign, and they went off air showing the WrestleMania sign and fighting, and them three fighting. So it's pretty obvious that it's gonna be Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 41, and that's just one of the many matches that are going to be confirmed for WrestleMania. I'm trying to think of some other matches that will probably be confirmed. We got Randy. So let's go far and see what the match we got. Jay Gunther, Cody Cena, Charlotte Tiffany, Bianca, Io, Randy, Kevin, and this triple threat match, Punk, Reigns, and Rollins. There's definitely going to be more. Though, don't know what it is. Put down comments below what matches you think are going to be confirmed next. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Put down comments below what you call this SmackDown. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.